ready.
Okay. No one else needs more time for those evals.
Pay attention, that's all.
All right. Good. My name is Joseph Girk. I'm going to talk to you today about an internship I had in Ethiopia this summer, and hope you guys learned something. So, if you don't know where Ethiopia is, this could be like, right off the bat. It's right here. It's a very ancient land. It was like, it's connected to Egypt by the Nile River. It's actually, they say it's where the Nile starts, but a few African countries say that. But they're actually like a really amazing culture. Like, they've had kings and like awesome like breakthroughs in science and all kinds of stuff. Like, they're really amazing. If you're interested, I can tell you more later, or you can look it up. So I paid for this. Pretty much, I paid to go to Ethiopia. I'm really thankful because a friend helped me get plane tickets. That was like major blessing. I couldn't have done it without that. So, so this is a little bit of the cost. I got paid $35 the whole summer. That was my Ethiopian pay for the internship, but I definitely would say it was worth it. Like beyond a doubt, worth it. So I know that's crazy, but yeah, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. This is kind of a picture right outside the house where I stayed. This is the house where I lived with my friend's parents. Abby, you might know him. He's a civil engineering student here. Basically, I worked for his dad during the summer. He has a consulting firm, and I learned a lot from him. He's like one of the best engineers probably in Ethiopia, like high morals, high standards. It was awesome. So this is kind of in the highlands, so like you can tell like there's a mountain right there, and it was cold, so it was cool. This is the office building where I worked. It's kind of a government building. It's like this is my desk, it's my view outside on the street. This is one of the things we worked on. It's an apartment building, kind of condominiums. The government is trying to pay for increased like labor force to be in the city because Addis Ababa has about a 10% growth rate for the past few years, and that's really good. They're like booming right now. So it's a very like prosperous city. It's growing really fast, but at the same time, there's a lot of poverty and a lot of things that like need to get improved. So, do you guys think this is Ethiopia? Is this like one of their construction sites? No, this is from campus. This is America. So I'll show you some pictures of Ethiopian construction sites. This is like this is on the same level of this, pretty much right here. This is the top of a building. They're about to pour the slab on top. They would pour about 4 inches of concrete on this. It's kind of a close-up shot. I'd never seen this before. I mean, have any of you guys seen this kind of thing, like where they have bricks on top? Yeah, it was new to me. So right in here they have a little, it's kind of a joist. It's like the bottom is concrete and then the top is like a truss made out of rebar, and they welded it all together. And then they set these bricks on top, like so they're spaced out just like that, and it works. Like it's kind of crazy, but it works. It's a really cheap way of making the bricks, and like it's good for like fast-paced construction. Yeah, so it's really interesting. I learned a little bit about how they designed it in my internship. You also notice that nobody's wearing construction helmets. You can't really see their feet, but they're all wearing pretty much like sandals, like really thin sandals. The way you got up to the roof was this little ramp that they made out of like out of the wood that they use. It's acacia wood, I think. No, it's eucalyptus, and they basically just nail it on there, and like, so I was walking up there like slipping, like the thing is like rocking back and forth as you're walking up, and these guys they go up with like concrete in their little wheelbarrow. This is what they use. They don't really have things with wheels. They mostly like carry stuff everywhere. So they had a little fire up there on the right side. You can see the smoke. And yeah, and so they're pouring the concrete over here that they've like hand mixed at the bottom. Like no such thing as dump trucks. Like I saw one concrete truck the whole time I was there, and it was for like a road project. So yeah, so it's kind of a mindset shift. It's like, okay, it's kind of different. This is where they made the bricks. There were some ladies that were making these just like with little molds, and it's actually really like cool because they basically need jobs. Like the people who work on this land have been displaced. Like they used to be farmers, and so they're like looking for jobs now, and so they can like be making bricks or like be building these little temporary buildings, all that stuff. That was right on the construction site. So, any questions so far? Like, are you guys like, what are you thinking? I'm not done yet, but.
How many people are injured from like the sandals thing and the ramp up?
Yeah, it depends on the foreman, like who's maintaining that stuff, and obviously depends on how careful the guys are. I think everyone was pretty careful. Like they weren't just like, you know, running around. They were pretty careful, but if you maintain the wood and everything, it's usually pretty safe. It's not too bad. So.
There's no fall.
Yeah, just don't fall off. I was like, yeah, I wasn't getting too close to the edge. It's crazy. Okay, so something else that's just insane. Ladies, would you like to be doing this kind of work? These two people are actually ladies. So it was so weird, but like every construction site pretty much had almost as many women as men working, and it's just because they were desperate. It wasn't like, you know, they're just like, yeah, okay, you know, I'll come to work, I'll come do this stuff. So this lady's mixing concrete. Sometimes the guys would kind of do the lifting, but like the ladies would do just as much lifting. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm pretty sure like American women would just like protest and like walk out if they were like supposed to come to work on a construction site. It'd be like, no, absolutely not. So, but maybe, you know, besides there were some women engineers there too, but I'm saying like the labor force, you know. So, am I right? Would you like that kind of job? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, so it's just like, that's just the thing. It's like, all right, it's different here. This is one of the main city highways, just like going in and out of town, and there's like cows walking along the side of the road. The farmers would just like send the cows, like they'd take them to the place where they'd eat, and then they'd just send them home, like, all right, you know, go home, and the cows like knew the way, they would just walk alongside the road. So, but needless to say, I think this, you know, whatever factors that is for speed of the highway, you know, maximum safe traveling speed, goes down a lot, because you're always looking for something. You're like, okay, what's gonna jump out in front of you? So, good
Markings?
times. Sorry?
The lane markings?
No,
I think so.
no. This is the main way that you would get bricks around, by a donkey. Yeah, like there would just be teams of donkeys, and these dudes would be like driving the donkeys around, you know, like, and a lot of the times the donkeys would just know the way because they've done it like many times. So you just see a donkey like walking down the road with like a big sack of cement or something, and just by itself, just going to where it's supposed to go. I love donkeys. It's awesome. This is another shot of the construction site. These donkeys are probably like just got done doing whatever they're supposed to do. Now they're just heading home. So it's a normal construction site. Like that's, you know, that's it. And then that's a lady on top of the roof. Like you can't really see her, but yeah, right in there. So this was another funny thing about Ethiopia. They have like some really high technology stuff, or like some forward thinking. Like this is a wind farm, and it's on top of a really nice hill. But then there's like farmers and like cows just grazing it. Like, so it's like ancient stuff, like, and then super modern. Like they have some deals with China where like China came and set these up. So it's like, okay, that's cool. Okay, here's just another picture of one of the high-rise buildings, like kind of in the middle of town. Pretty much it's all concrete. They don't have steel. Like they don't import steel, like ever, like structural steel, besides the rebar, you know. So, but they're able to go pretty high, and actually, like part of what I did on my internship was using like SAP, structural analysis software. I like did some analysis on like a hotel building that was about this high, and just to kind of see like what it would be, how much it would cost if they used steel instead of all concrete. So that was kind of my main thing that I did in the office. And yeah, and they used like the latest versions of SAP and and AutoCAD. Like it was all the latest stuff. It was just pirated from India because like I don't know how much money they would have to pay to get a license, but it would be equivalent to like one whole job, you know, like and or more. It's just like a ridiculous amount. The licenses are just so expensive, and so they're like, no, we're not going to do that, you know. So, but they do the latest stuff. Like my biggest takeaway was pretty much that these people are really smart. They know engineering. Just the way they get there is different. So I have a lot of respect for them. Yeah, it was a good experience. So, yeah. So thanks. And if you have any questions, I'd love to answer. Yeah.
You can engineer a building like that extremely efficiently really well, but how is there anyone out there making sure that that is safe and built correctly?
Yeah, it's